Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about how Groundhog Day can help you overcome your fear of driving. Now if you're wondering what's all this about, you've probably heard of the saying, oh it's like Groundhog Day, but have you ever watched the film? Well, I hadn't until recently, and when I watched it, being a therapist, I watched it and thought, that's really clever what they've done. So let me explain what the film is about without spoiling it, and then I'm going to tell you how this is like you with your fear, phobia, anxiety, and it doesn't have to be driving, it can be of anything. So the film Groundhog Day is about the man who goes to report on this event, which is called Groundhog Day. It's when this groundhog, like a little animal, comes up out of the ground and predicts what the weather's going to be like. I think it's something to do with if it's in the shadow, if it looks one way or the other, it's going to be cold for months or whatever. So he goes to report on this thing. And he lives that day, goes to bed at night. When he wakes up the next morning, he realises he's living the same day again. So everything that happened yesterday is happening today. The same song on the radio, meeting the same people, it's just the same day. And he thinks, well, this is weird. Maybe it's some kind of weird dream. The third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, they're all the same. And he realises, I'm stuck living the same day. Now if you've got a fear of anything, that's probably like you. You feel like whenever you go out driving, for example, you're living the same problem. It's like it keeps happening and I don't know why, and you're just going around in circles trying to find out what the cause of this thing is. Now I'm not going to spoil the film for you, but the answer to how he gets out of this Groundhog Day was there from the beginning. From the very start of the film. I'm not going to spoil it, but he already had the answer, and it's the same for you. Because if you've got a fear or phobia, I can guarantee you 100% you've already got the solution. You just don't know what it is. And this is the same for everyone I work with. I did a session only yesterday, which won't be the day after you're seeing this because I filmed these way in advance. But I did a session with someone and when we'd finished it and they knew the problem had gone because I could just tell, they said, I feel different, it's better. Their solution was, I'm just going to enjoy driving. And you might think, well, why didn't you just think of that in the first place? This is where the film comes in. If I work with someone and people who are really bad at doing this will just say, hey, why don't you just enjoy driving? Well, yeah, I've tried that, it didn't work. But that's the answer. So how can the answer not work and then work? Because, like in the film Groundhog Day, you have to go through many different things to realise that's the answer. In the film, the man, the reason it's funny is he does loads of different things every day. He talks to different people, he drives, he even at one point kills himself by driving off a cliff, and he still wakes up the next day living the same day, and it doesn't matter what he does, he can't get out this loop. Like if you've got anxiety, you go round in a loop. You want to drive but you're scared, but you want to drive but you're scared, and you go round and round and round. You do all these different kinds of therapies and whatever, and he doesn't do anything because you're missing the point. It's not about doing something, it's about realising and releasing something from your past. And I've said this before, and if people say, oh no, it's nothing to do with that, it's to do with driving, I can't help you, because those people are the ones who are stuck in Groundhog Day, going round and round and round and round and round. I've had people come to me who said, I've been watching your videos for 5 years and I've been going round and round and round and round. We do a session and the problem goes. Not always, doesn't always work, because you can't always find what the thing is. Like in the film, this bloke drives himself mad, going round and round and round and round, looking for what this thing is he's got to do. And the funny thing is, without giving it away, the answer was there right from the beginning. I won't say any more, but you'll know what I mean if you've seen the film. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it, it's a great film. And the answer was there from the beginning. It's obvious to anyone watching what it is you're screaming out. That's what it is. But he can't see it because he's too stuck in it. Like the way people get stuck in their own problems. They go round and round and round and round and round. And most times, you know what the problem is caused by. But say, oh, I don't know what it is. I've got no idea. You do know what it is. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing this. You do. If you're really honest with yourself, you do. And this is why I say it's got nothing to do with driving. This person I worked with, I won't go into detail, but it came back to family stuff, which it often does. It was old stuff from the past that had been mixed up in their head, and when we worked on that, the problem just went, and now they're off. They're out, they're driving, and they've said, it's remarkable, it's different, I can't believe how I can drive. So the point is, if you have a problem, you're just stuck in Groundhog Day. You're going round and round and round the same loops. And if you go to a therapist who does something, do this, not going to work. Do this, not going to work. Exposure therapy, not going to work. Do this method, use this method, not going to work. Because you don't have to do anything to fix it other than undo what's already going on in your mind. It's not about doing something new. It's not about a new activity, a new style of driving. It's not even about really a new way of thinking as such. It's undoing the old ways of thinking, which then I suppose lead to a new way of thinking. But you don't just put the new way in. You can't just say, hey, enjoy driving. Oh, I'm going to enjoy now. Problem's gone. Those people who say things like that, I don't have to worry about them, because do they really think that people who've had anxiety for years just have to think, oh, I'm going to enjoy it instead? Problem fixed. It doesn't work like that. You have to go back in your life and undo what's wrong before you can move forward. And I've got this because I've had a thing in my life, which I'm not going to go into now, but I know how to change my life massively. But there's no way I'm going to do it, because to do that, I'll have to do something I don't want to do. So even though this problem I've got is horrible, I'm not going to fix it, because the alternative, even though it would be quite nice, would not be nice to go through. But I'm not going to get into that now. But many people I work with have the same thing. And I say to people, what's the one thing you really don't want to think about? Well, I'm not thinking about that. Well, you won't fix your problem. You've got to think about it. And if you don't know what it is, you do. It's just you've hidden it. Oh, no, not going to talk about that. No, not going there. Well then, Groundhog Day, round and round and round you go. Check out these videos of mine on the screen now. And if you'd like to work with me one-to-one online from anywhere in the world, contact me through my website, firstdrive.com. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.